going on, guys? It's Wellington with the Comic Book Lowdown, and I'm bringing you guys an early pull week video for the week of June 26th, I think. I never write down the dates for these. But early pull week video because tomorrow I'm going to be doing my Friends of the Lowdown video, which I usually do on the last day of the month, but that happens to be a Sunday, and I want to do Sunday brunch, so I wouldn't have time to do the Friends of the Lowdown on Sunday, so I'm doing it Saturday, therefore I'm doing the pull week Friday. So today, bring you guys the pull week video, and I've got 6 books that I read in total, one of them online, so I'll be reviewing that first as usual. And man, just a lot of good books. Everything I read I really enjoyed, but definitely there were books that stood out. And actually one of the book I read online is one book that stood out, tremendously, and that was Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 4. Last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever issue number 3 came out, I caught up entirely from the point 1 to issue 3. So I read all that together. So now I'm up to speed with everybody reading it all at the same time. And this issue was really good. Of course, Bendis writing. He's not doing the normal Bendis thing where there's a lot of just talking, but he's definitely doing good character interactions between each other, between the team, and just, it's a lot of fun to listen to. And there's this part in it where Tony Stark and Gamora, they get a little busy, they get a little hot and heavy together, and clearly Tony Stark couldn't handle Gamora, her being like a deadly assassin, him being human. And, just the way that McNeven drew, like, the faces after they were done is really funny. I had a question. Does that mean that Tony Stark cheated on Pepper Potts? I don't know their relationship in the comics, in the comics. But if they are together, then he totally cheated on her, just like that. But that's neither here nor there. The real crux of this issue is Gamora has a bounty on her head, and she encounters this bounty hunter, and a lot of stuff is happening. So, don't want to give too much away, but this issue is just a lot of action, and, can't wait to continue reading on. It's been really good. 1 second, guys. This is going to be an edit, so I will start again right now. Sorry about that, guys. Freaking phone calls while I make a video. I hate that crap. But, anyways, continuing on. Next book from the books that I picked up from my shop. Scarlet Spider, issue number 18. I really dig the cover by Delgado. And the story in this, I'm really digging the story arc that's going on with the Assassin's Guild coming to Kane, telling him that, he has to kill Wolverine to pay his debt to them. And so last issue we got, he pretty much did that, but I mean, Wolverine doesn't die, so of course he came back. But really what was cool about it is that the whole part where he killed Wolverine was just a plan to really get Wolverine to team up with him so they could go up against the Assassin's Guild together. And there was a detailed way of how they went about, him and Araceli went about getting that information to them, and just all that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of good action here. The only one thing that not that I didn't like, but it kind of sucked that the way the comic was laid out, it couldn't have been like this. There was 2 pages, front and back, that were really meant to be a double-page spread of like a really good action scene between Wolverine and Kane, and the Scarlet Spider, and just the way the comic was laid out, it ended up being front and back. So you didn't really get there's no way you could get the full picture laid out together. You just have to kind of like flip and then like remember in your head and just put it together in your head, which I mean that kind of sucked, but unfortunately that happens sometimes. And at the end of this we get big, like, a twist that happens. This issue was good. I mean, it wasn't the best thing I read, but it wasn't bad at all. I really enjoyed it. But compared to the other things that I read, this was a normal issue of comics. It wasn't too grandiose, but the conclusion of this does come next, and I am excited, and I really love this title. So no complaints really. Next up, Batman Superman issue number 1. I have the poster to it back there. You guys won't see it, but it looks like this, but bigger. Major up on this is that the poster doesn't come in this book. So, no screwing over of the reader with that from DC this time. The book was pretty solid. The art style, there's 2 different artists, but Jay Lee gets the credit. I can't remember what the second artist's name was. But this book was pretty solid. I enjoy the second artist more. His style is better for this book than Jay Lee. Jay Lee's style is, it's good. It's good art, but it doesn't fit too much with the book. And I'd rather have somebody else that gets the characters their look better. You see the bat on his chest is, I think it's too small, and really, these guys look too scrawny actually. They look too skinny is what Jay Lee really pictured these guys as. But this does take place couple years back when Batman and Superman and really Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne meet, and they meet kind of in a cool way where Clark Kent is going to Gotham to pretty much ask Bruce Wayne some questions about some murders that have happened of Wayne Enterprise workers in Metropolis. So that was all good, and the way that the story turns and folds together, it's really cool. Batman and Superman have never met each other. They haven't even heard of each other. So, this is kind of a really cool interaction that they have. And something in this happens where, it just leaves us in a weird place where, we got a different Batman with one Superman and a different Superman with one Batman, pretty much. So, it's interesting. Maybe I'll get the next issue, not because I don't want to read it, but because money wise. But yeah, I think pick it up because it was a good read. If you didn't pick it up, I know a lot of people skipped out on it just because their weeks were big, but it's a good read. Next up, we got Nova issue number 5. Last issue of the Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness run that they've got, and then Zeb Wells and Paco Medina are coming in, which I have total faith in because I know both of them are legit in the work that they do. But this issue closed out the first story arc pretty nicely with the whole Ultimate Nullifier thing and Nova and going up against Titus and all that kind of stuff. There's one part that I thought was actually kind of funny. Titus, that big tiger guy, is holding like the Nova helmet in his fingers like this, and he's just like towering over Sam Alexander, and like the way that Sam gets his helmet back, he coincidentally has a skateboard next to him, and he like kicks it up, and it like knocks the helmet out of his hands or out of his fingers. He's like, oh no! I'm like, I just couldn't help but to laugh because it's just like so cheesy, so like 1980s comedy that that's how the problem was solved, or at least that problem was solved. And then the action that happens after it is pretty cool, and I really enjoyed the issue. It was fun. And then at the end of this issue, we get a pretty cool thing that happened, and just the characterizations that is going on here. Just the relationships between characters I'm really enjoying, and the art by McGuinness will be missed, but Paco Medina is he's very good at his craft as well. The only thing I had a problem with McGinnis's art is that Sam is supposed to be like 16, and he looks like he's like 13. So that's the only thing. But story wise, everything is solid. No complaints really. I don't really complain about books too much, and except if they're Age of Ultron or something. But I don't really have any complaints about any books for this week. My next book, definitely no complaints. Very close to my pick of the week. I was teetering on it, but this is Deadpool issue number 12. First of all, the cover is awesome, and the story in this is even more awesome. Just the final battle between Vetus and Deadpool, and all this kind of stuff is happening. There's a lot of action, a lot of comedy, but really, this issue feels a lot longer than most issues. First of all, but really where the story kind of took its turn for even like greatness and pick of the week status, almost pick of the week status, is after the fight with Vetus, and we get Mephisto in here, and they kind of everybody, Mephisto, Deadpool even, I mean not really Deadpool, but Mephisto, Michael comes back from hell, Benjamin Franklin comes back, and they all go into Deadpool's head so they can all talk together with Preston and the Devil. Mephisto tries to make a deal, and really in these moments is where the book like skyrocketed to an even better book, and where we end up in this issue, we put Deadpool in this spot, and things are coming back from earlier issues, and I'm really excited for what's coming up. They actually prelude to the next two issues. Issue 13 is going to be kind of like issue 7, where it's going to be one of those blasts from the past issues. And then issue 14 is it's pretty much going to have the same feeling that issue 7 to 8 had. And I recommend picking both up. If you wanted to read Deadpool, next issue is an excellent starting point. I recommend picking it up if you haven't been. And I'm telling you, the story is very engaging. I love it. Deadpool is an awesome book. And finally, I need to set the mood a little bit for my pick of the week here. You guys already knew what it was going to be. I said it in my haul video. It's Daredevil issue number 27. Let's get real, guys. This book was fantastic. On Twitter, and yes, I sold my soul to Twitter, guys. But on Twitter, Scott, Running with Comics, said that this didn't actually blow his mind. To that, I say that his standards for the book were way too high, because this book delivered in every way. So I don't know how this couldn't have, delivered for him. But I mean, his own opinion. This book wrapped up everything everything very well for the past 27 issues. Well, really even more, because I think there were .1 and that kind of stuff in this run. So, but this wrapped up 27 plus issues all together in this last issue, this story arc. Oh man, it was just so good. The dialogue by Mark Waid. I love how in this book, when you flip to the page, the credits page, it says Mark Waid and Chris Samney and they're marked as storytellers, not Mark Waid writer, Chris Samney penciler, because they definitely work together to make this book what it is. And I did say in my haul that Jock was going to be on the book. And, I didn't look here, and it says Samney. And, I got my information from Marvel.com, and they never have their information right, apparently. So, I'm sorry to you guys that I gave that wrong information to. But I'm definitely glad Samney got to finish what he was doing. And this book was fantastic. the way everything played out, just the way that, Matt finally counteracted Bullseye's, attempts at him, and, man, this just had me all over the place to the point where I had this, like, stupid grin while I was reading that book. Daredevil was my pick of the week. Had Daredevil not come out today, Deadpool would have been my pick of the week for sure. But, I mean, Daredevil just, like, it sticks out from all the other books at Marvel, in my opinion. I don't think there's a book better. And I love Venom, but I think Daredevil is just better. But this issue of Daredevil gave me the same feeling that I got at the end of Rick Remender's run on Venom, is that there's just this long story arc that's been playing out throughout the whole run, and now when it's finally over, it's almost like, where are we going to go now? That, you set up such a huge standard to jump off, and for so long that, now that it's over, where do we continue? But I have faith in Mark Waid. He knows the character. There's a lot of crazy stuff to come. They've got a cover art to issue number 30, and so 3 issues from now, issue number 30 has Daredevil and the Silver Surfer. So, I mean, Daredevil's getting crazy. It's gonna be a crazy book, and I love it. And if you're not picking it up or haven't read it yet, you guys are just losing out on a story. So that's really it for all the books that I have. Again, Friends of the Lowdown videos coming tomorrow. So, I mean, if you subscribe to me this month, your name will be mentioned, and you'll be shouted out and all that kind of stuff. And if you have videos and I watch you, I'll definitely say some words to you about you. And I'm sorry if I haven't watched you, or if you don't have videos, but I mean, I can't watch videos all day. It's hard. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'm Wellington signing off with the Comic Book Lowdown. I'll see you guys next time.